So this is a first lecture in logic circuit design subject, and the subject code is ACT 203. And this lecture are mainly focusing the module one topic. I'll quickly go to the syllabus part, and in module one, we'll discuss the number system concept. Okay, this is a very fundamental thing in digital electronics, or if you are discussing the logic circuit design. Okay. And in the first part, we will discuss different types of number system. For example, binary, hexadecimal, and we will discuss one more number system, that is a octal number system. Okay. And second thing, we will discuss how we can convert a number system from one base to another one. For example, from binary to hexadecimal, or hexadecimal to binary, and hexadecimal to octal, or octal to binary, etc. Okay, there is a base conversion. So after that, we will discuss the basic operation, mathematical operations. There's like addition, subtraction, how we can perform on another number system, mainly in binary. Okay, how we can perform this operations on binary. And another area we are focusing in this lecture, or in the first module, how we can represent assigned numbers. So, or what is the difference between representing a binary number, or a negative number and a positive number? For example, -2 and +2. What's the difference? So, another thing about the representation of the fractional part. If it is a whole number or a fractional part, what's the difference? And another small topic that we are discussing in the last area is about the different types of binary codes that we are using, uh, like BCD, binary coded decimal, gray code, and XS3 code. And one more thing is the alphanumeric code. And in alphanumeric code, we'll discuss one example is known as ASCII code. In alphanumeric code, we will use both numbers and letters for representing the value. Okay. And in the final portion, we will discuss the software part. Okay. We will discuss the Verilog language basics, okay, which is actually used to simulate, write the programs of digital systems, okay, for the simulation part. So this is not a theory paper actually. We are discussing both theory, and we can also do all these systems, or we can simulate all these systems. For that, we need a language. So this is one of the language used in digital system simulation, and this is Verilog. And in the first module, we will discuss only the basic part. Okay, what do you mean by Verilog, and what are the different terms like identifiers, data objects, and scalar data type? It's a programming culture. Okay, it's all about the module one syllabus. And now we'll start with the first topic, is a number system. So when you discuss about number system, here you can see two clocks, okay, which are represented in two different letters, or you can call it as numbers. So this is a very common one, and Roman. Okay, we will call it as Roman letters. Normally, these Roman letters we are using to represent the chapter headings, or like clock dials. It's a limited use now, but this is a common number system, or we can call it as a decimal number system, which is mainly used in everywhere, in all textbooks, page numbers. But why we are limiting this Roman number system? Okay, in ancient age, Romans were very powerful, but the number system developed by or used by Romans are not common, because I'll tell you one example. For example, in a decimal number system, or in a, I need to represent a value like 3256. Okay, I can easily represent this number, but this 3256 is not that much easy to represent in Roman, because in a Roman number system, for each number we need to use a different symbol. Okay, for example, we know this is 4. Okay, this is 5, and this is 6. And if you look at this particular symbols itself, 4 we are representing by using this different symbol, 5 we are using another symbol, 6 we are using another symbol. Okay, and for different numbers we are using different symbols, so it's very difficult to remember all these symbols. So that's why we are this Roman numbers are not common nowadays, but this decimal number systems are very common. And this number system very common because they use the concept of position weighted number system. Okay, so now we can see that there are two types of number system. One is a symbol based number system and another one is a position weighted number system. And decimal system is one of the position weighted number system. There are many position weighted number systems. So our discussion is mainly focusing on this particular number system, that is position weighted number system. And now we'll move to the next part. And what do you mean by position weighted number system? And before that, why we require a number system? Okay, why we require a number system? It's actually number system is used to quantify the magnitude of something. Okay, for that we are using numbers. And I'll tell you some position very commonly used position weighted number systems. One is a decimal number system. Okay, another one is a binary, is again a position weighted number system. Octal is again another position weighted number system. Another one is hexadecimal number system. Okay, all these number systems are position weighted number system, and we will discuss each one. And before that, I need to introduce a topic called radix or base. So I'll give you two questions. Okay, you can read these questions and try to answer. Okay, sometimes you may be familiar with this concept radix or base. Maybe you are comfortable with the term base, or you just read the question and we'll try to answer this. Okay, the number system with radix 2 is known as, okay, there are different options: binary, decimal, octal, hexadecimal. We didn't study anything, but we'll just read this question. Second question, the base or radix of a hexadecimal number system is 2, 8, 16 and 15. So we need to know what you mean by radix or base. Okay, after explaining the next slide, you can answer all these questions. Okay, so I will move to next slide. I'll take an example of decimal number system. This is a very common number system and you are comfortable with this. And if you take the decimal number system, we know that this particular number system uses 10 symbols, or we can call 10 digits. For example, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total 10 different symbols we are using. Okay, you got one idea. If you take a number system called decimal number system, it uses 10 symbols or digits. And means if a number system uses 10 different symbols, or this decimal number system use 10 symbols, means we can call it as the base or radix of this decimal number system is 10. So that's a meaning. So base or radix of a number system means the different symbols or digits used in that particular number system. Okay, so in decimal number system, the base is 10, means it uses 10 different symbols. And again, I will go to the very basic thing. There is a number, okay, 568.23. Okay, in lower class you studied this concept. I can represent this number like this. Each position having some weights. So this is ones place. Okay, we'll call it as tens and hundreds. So I can write this 568.23 like this: 5 into 10 square. Okay, hundreds position. 6 into 10 raised to 1 tens position. 8 into 10 raised to 0, that's ones position. And the fractional part, okay, 2 into 10 raised to minus 1 plus 3 into 10 raised to minus 2. Okay, and if you expand this, and you will get 500 plus 60 plus 8 plus 0.2 plus 0.03. That's a very common thing. You can decompose a number. Okay. In the case of decimal number system, you are familiar with this. Okay, so I'll conclude here. Each position having some weights. Okay, that weights are written here. Okay, the weights of this particular is 10 raised to 0. This is 10 raised to 1. This is 10 square. And after this decimal point, it becomes negative, 10 raised to minus 1, 10 raised to minus 2, 10 raised to minus 3, etc. Okay, so each position is having some weights. And I can conclude one point. This is a key point you can note down. Any positional number system can be expressed as the sum of product of place value and digit value. So this is a very common concept. So if you know this particular concept, you can study any number system, any positional number system. So this is a very basic concept of any positional weight number system. So in case of decimal number, it's very common and you are comfortable with this. If you know this concept, I can move to the next, radix or base. Okay, from the previous example is clear. The number of different symbols used is known as radix or base. For example, if I represent the radix or base as small letter r, the r represents different symbols used. Okay, number of different symbols used. And there is one more condition. It should be an integer and it should be greater than or equal to 2. Can serve as a radix. So I can add 3 points. So again, some key points you can remember. If the base is r, you can say that there are r different symbols used in a particular number system. Another thing, that number system use symbols from 0 to r minus 1. So this is 0 and 0 to r minus 1. And the maximum value of the digit is r minus 1. By taking an example, I'll make it clear. For example, if you are considering the binary number system, okay, binary means 2. So the base or radix of the binary number system is 2. Okay, base or radix of binary number system r is equal to 2. So this r is equal to 2. So symbols used in particular number system is from 0 to r minus 1. So r is 2, so 2 minus 1. So 0 to, so this value is 1. So I can say 0 to 1. Okay, only 2 values. The maximum value of digit is r minus 1, that is 2 minus 1. So you are getting 1. Okay. In binary number system, 2 different symbols, 0 and 1, and the maximum value used in binary number is 1. And we'll take another example, decimal number system. In decimal number system, the base r is equal to 10 means it uses 10 different symbols. That symbols are from 0 to r minus 1. Here r is equal to 10, so 10 minus 1, which is equal to 9. So we are using symbols from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up to 9. And the largest digit used, okay, maximum value of digit is r minus 1. So here it is r minus 1 means 10 minus 1, which is equal to 9. Okay, I think you got the idea. Now we can say, what do you mean by octal? Octal means the base is base r is equal to 8, means 8 different symbols are used, because 0 to r minus 1. Okay, here r is equal to 8, 8 minus 1 means 7. So 0 to 7. So you can see that it's 0 to 7. And the maximum value is r minus 1, which is equal to 7. And similarly, hexadecimal we can take. In hexadecimal number system, the r base or radix is 16. So we are using 16 different symbols in this number system. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9, 10 digits, and we are using 6 letters. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F are used to represent the hexadecimal. So total 16 symbols. So if you count 16 symbols, and r minus 1, here it is r minus 1 means 15. Actually, this letter F is used to represent the number 15. Okay, that's meaning. Anyway, we'll discuss that hexadecimal number later. And another thing, ternary number system. Ternary number system means r is equal to 3, and we are using 3 different symbols. So 0 to r minus 1. Okay, so that is 3 minus 1, that is equal to 2. And the maximum value you can represent is r minus 1, that is again 2. Okay. I think you got the idea about radix or base. Now we can answer this question. The number system with radix 2 means it's a binary number system. Okay, the base or radix of a hexadecimal number system is, it's a hexadecimal. So hexadecimal number system, the base is 16 because 16 different symbols are used.